That being said, now Nick, are you gonna change your game plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna scrap everything and just probably steal a lot of Simon's material. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm an old bald fat guy. Will really work for you. That'll let me know how the German wife stuff goes, because I'm trying to get away from that.
The Todd Shapiro Show.
Joined in studio, the co-host today is Simon B. Cotter. And now introducing our next guest before we get to the truths, a funny comedian out of Montreal named Nick Nemeroff. How you doing, Nick?
Hey guys, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Your voice is already awesome, bro.
Thanks, man.
You get that sometimes?
Nope, but this is my regular voice, and I appreciate the compliment.
Nick, how long have you been doing stand-up for?
I'm doing about 3.5 years now.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
So you knew, like you did.
I hate him already. Just so you know, absolutely hate him already.
Your new meat. You're the one coming to take his gigs. Do you get along with some of the older comedians? Do you have inspiration by older comedians?
He looked right at me when he said
that.
You're
right at me. He's
right
shaking.
at me.
He's shaking.
Other than Simon B. Cotter, who's my biggest inspiration. Yeah, I get along with him. I don't think there's any feud between us so far.
Good. Are you? Do you have any mentors in the business?
No, not really mentors, but people I look up to, certainly, who have a lot of Toronto comics. Yeah, have certainly influenced the way I approach comedy and the way.
Who would be your biggest influence?
In Toronto comedy?
Well, the viewers might.
The viewers might know. Probably Mitch Hedberg, I would say.
Oh yeah, Mitch is great.
That's just sort of that absurd one-liner stuff is always my favorite. Yeah.
Is that sort of your unique style, like a Stephen Wright style? Do you?
Definitely in that vein for sure. Yeah.
I worked with Mitch in '92 in San Francisco, and I was there when he did his duck bit for the first time. Like the subway duck bit. It had just happened to him, and he did it it was one of the funniest, just off the cuff, like taking the stage things I'd ever seen. It was great.
How long has he been dead for now?
Oh, a long time. No more than that.
Yeah.
Probably 15.
Unbelievable.
He was real talent.
Oh yeah.
Because they were going nuts. His bidding war was in I think it was the 90. Well, maybe it was in 2001. 2001. Just for Laughs. I mean, he would have
been huge.
Yeah.
He would. He already was. Yeah. But there's still, there's a lot of people who still don't know of Mitch Hedberg. Like when Chris Farley died, everyone knew of Chris Farley type of thing, not necessarily Mitch. So he was still on a huge rise up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the industry, he's a legend. Like he was a comics comic. Comics loved him, but he didn't break to the mainstream.
Hey Nick, you ever get depressed?
No, never. I'm happy all the time.
Are you? Are you a pretty happy guy?
I don't know. Sometimes I get depressed, but yeah, pretty baseline. Generally okay, I would say.
Because comedians really, they go through. I mean, their personalities, I should say. We're in touch with our emotions, much more so than corporate types that just seem to be robots.
Again, he's looking right at me. I swear to God, this is like really spooky.
You figured out the corporate gig. You figured out how to deal with corporate guys to get the corporate gig. I'm terrible with corporate guys. Like I get shaky my fucking shoes just before big meetings, and I try and win them over with something funny, and it just goes right through them, and then they know that it's just not funny, maybe.
But part of it's preparing for a gig. I mean, when you're going into a club in Montreal, those are hot clubs, it's a young crowd. You're not going to be doing stuff about, I just have a mortgage and it's just not going to play.
Yeah, 100%.
But by reverse, when I'm going in, I can't be going in front of IBM and going, oh my God, did I get hammered last night? It's just not going. So I research the companies. I write jokes specifically for them. And unfortunately, but Nick, you're going on. Nick's going on. He's got 2 or 3 comics on the bill that are trying to take your job. Like the guy when you're headlining, the guy who's in the middle wants to blow you off the stage. I have to be funnier than the VP Finance that introduces me. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, that's a very good point, though. Is that a big strategy for you, Nick, as a young comic? Is that that's good advice for you. You're welcome. It's going to cost you $100 an hour, but okay. No. Is that part of your strategy?
To not get blown out of the water by the other comics. Yeah. I try to not be the worst comic on the bill.
No, but also to sort of understand who you're performing to.
For sure, yeah. Just being able to read the audiences. The more I do comedy, the more I realize that that's extra important, yeah.
I was just going to ask, so what are you doing for CBC?
Just writing for CBC Comedy, their online publication.
Okay.
And just,
what is that?
It is basically the easiest way to put it in my head would be to put it, the satirical news articles like The Onion.
Oh, okay. The Beaverton, like you're having some fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of
What's a quirky story you've come up with recently?
It's a quirky story I've come up with. This isn't Canadian specific, but it is undercover drug officer disappointed to be cut from high school basketball team.
I like that.
Sweet.
Hey, any Simon? I think I interrupted something.
Well, no, I was just going to say.
Is it old now? Is it old? Is it past? Past?
Again, he keeps looking at me every time he says old. His eyes come over here. I swear to God. No, I was going to say, like, when you're getting established, when you're working up and figuring out the room, when you go in as a headliner, you've got all these young comics that suss the room out for you, and they're doing 5 minutes. It's hard to be a young comic. Your first time on stage is the hardest time you'll ever be on, because nobody knows who you are. You're doing the least amount of time, and people don't know if you're funny. Although, when your name's on the marquee, you've had an hour of other people getting the crowd laughing for you. You get to see what works and what doesn't. Going, that guy did a dirty joke and they moaned, they groaned, so I'm going to stay away from any sexual innuendo. It's all set up for you. Like, if I bomb, it's incredible, because the whole show is designed for me to succeed. My name's on the marquee. People have paid money to come see me. My name's in the advertising. They've come to see me, and I have to almost trip up on purpose to screw up. Whereas a young comic, the guys that have been on for 6 months or a year that are opening for you, they're learning, right? They're still trying out new material and stuff, and they could trip, and they've got 5 minutes or 10 minutes to be funny. It's really hard to be funny in a short period of time. It's really easy to be funny over an hour.
Do one-liners help with that? Like those quick jokes to sort of, as opposed to storytelling jokes? And, I know even the SiriusXM Top Comic, which was a big deal. I kind of thought that in that short format, it would be better to be a quick joke guy, because you can kind of get to it, Whereas if you had 5 minutes to qualify, and nothing taken away about this remarkable contest that SiriusXM does, where they award, what was it, 25 or 50,000? No, 25,000. Huge. I mean, huge amount of money. But I thought that might help out guys like you. Is that true, do you think?
Yeah, certainly. If you're doing a shorter set, one-liners really help. Just sort of, if one of them doesn't land, you got another one right out of your pocket, kind of thing. But I think the bigger laughs come if you're doing a storytelling thing, because you have the whole context building up, and then do some sort of callback.
They're really focused. They're right in.
Well, I can tell you, I've worked with Stephen Wright, and you would be hard pressed to find a better television comic on a 4.5 minute set.
Yes.
But when you watch him do 45 minutes, it's a much different phenomenon.
All right,
the audience starts to buy into the drone, and he never does as well as he does in 4.5 minutes. And he's a great comic.
I've never seen him past a late night show. Like, I've never.
But he's great on television. But that's where you should see him. Like, to go see him live.
So with that being said, now Nick, are you gonna change your game plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna scrap everything and just probably steal a lot of Simon's material. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm an old bald fat guy will really work for you. That'll let me know how the German wife stuff goes, because I'm trying to get away from that.
Hey, what's the skate or die night you do, the curated comedy show at on Wednesdays at the Comedy Bar? What's that about?
That's a show hosted by me and my friend Gavin Pounds, and we host it in character as sort of what I would describe really shitty teens who think they're cool. And yeah, it's called skaterdie@hotmail.com, and we host some of the best stand-ups in Toronto.
Oh, great. And so basically like every teen right now is what you're portraying.
Basically, yeah. Yes. If you see a teen, we just say a lot of stuff about how sick weed is, and how cool clubbing is, and all that kind of stuff.
Do you smoke a lot of weed?
No, not really, but I like to say that it's sick all the time.
Okay. Well, then, you're living in Toronto now?
Yeah, living in Little Italy.
Differences between right near me, by the way.
Nice.
We'll go for an early morning coffee one day.
Yeah, maybe we should hang out.
Are there differences between Montrealers and Torontonians? I was going to call them the Sixonians.
That's cool. That's what teens would like.
Yeah.
Are there differences? Yeah, I don't know if I think I just hang out with different people than I did in Montreal, so my experiences are different here.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the people are different, so there's differences.
Yeah.
That's pretty succinct. I love it. What else are you working on?
Right now, just doing a lot of stand-up comedy and trying to figure out an answer for this question. Yeah.
Let me throw you a lifeline. Who are some of your comedy influences? Who are like some of the ones you said, Mitch? Who are some of the other guys that you would either like to be like or not be like?
To be like, certainly Dimitri Martin.
Oh yeah.
Todd Barry, all this sort of, deadpan absurdy, cynical, sarcastic kind of comics are the people that I grew up really liking. Right now, John Mulaney too, and Nick Kroll, their "Oh Hello" thing.
Do you get political at all? Because I know you do podcasts and things. Do you talk about issues of the day?
No, I don't think I could be further removed from real issues and politics.
What a great way to be. God, I wish I was 20. How old are you, 26?
26, yeah.
Yeah, fuck, that'd be great to be 26 again and not care.
Mm-hmm.
About all the issues. The issues just make you cynical and miserable.
There's something about paying taxes that really make you care about stuff.
Yeah,
there's something all of a sudden. Oh, I have to feed these 3 things. I better actually find out what the tax code says.
You know, evolution is a great thing until you realize that you're on the hook for others.
Yes,
you never want to be on. Do you want to have kids, Nick? Nick Nemeroff is here.
Yeah, I would love to have kids.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I have a recent girlfriend.
What's she like? A good girl, man? You like her?
She's very nice. She's cool.
Yeah? Supportive?
Shout out to Lisa.
Yeah?
Yeah, supportive. Yeah, very supportive.
Oh, that's good. Because you can't be making a lot of
she's
cake
not in the
yet,
industry, is she? She's not in the industry. Tell me.
Does that help?
It always is death when you have 2 comedians together. And then
any things of entertainment, like any profession. I take it to, you would never want 2 teachers together, 2 engineers together, you look at all the breakups in Hollywood, 2 actors together. Yeah. No one should.
But there's a difference because of the ego involved. There's a difference of the ego, and wait, you got that gig? How come I didn't get that gig?
Oh, fuck.
That sort of thing. And then if you break up,
and then you're like at the dinner
promoters
table,
love it. Promoters love it because they'll go, oh, that's fantastic. We can book them together. We save a hotel room. But then if you break up, you've got 6 months on the road with the person. It's hell. So yeah, marry a civilian. That's what I say.
Civilian. I know, because comedy is going to war, isn't it, folks? Well, Nick, it's really nice to meet you, man. People can find you just at your name. I guess there's not many Nick Nemeroffs, or you just got it early.
There is one other.
Oh, is there one other?
He's a tennis instructor in New York.
Have you met him?
I've never met him, but
you
we
Googled
are
him, right?
We are Facebook friends.
Dude, I created a show. This is a true story. I fucking think this would be the best show ever. I pitched it. It's called Name of Thrones. It's actually, you know what? I could play it for you. Hang on. I have the trailer for it. I'm not even lying to you. Let me. I'm going to find this real quick here, and then we're going to get to the truths with Simon B. Cotter and Nick Nemeroff is here. Hey, check this out. I actually have the link here. This is a show I created. I think you guys will like this. Maybe you guys can. You're connected to the CBC, both of you. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can help with this. All right. This is my debut. Now this is over a year old, and it will translate well on the radio because it's sort of just a host talking about what the show idea is. I'm not even joking. Have a listen to this. This is called Name. Oh, fuck. Now it says error loading.
I love how smooth you are with these transitions.
Have I not been so smooth all day too? And it had to get crushed. Hang on, I will find it right now.
So far, I'm very interested in buying it.
See,
I'll fill time by saying the only other Simon Cotter in the world is an auctioneer in Australia.
Wow. See, there might be. This is called Name of Thrones.
The number 1 thing people search for on the internet is. The number 2 thing people search for is their own name. Clearly, people are obsessed with themselves. But when you discover that there are thousands of others with the exact same name as you, it can make you feel insignificant. Finally, there's Name of Thrones. A borderline insane competition series to find out who is the best Jamie Goldbaum, Corey White, or Pleniappan Chandrasekhar in the world. We scour the internet for keener wannabes who share the same name. Say, Alex Simpson. We take the 5 best Alex Simpsons we can find and put them through a series of pointlessly humiliating physical and mental elimination challenges until one Alex Simpson is crowned the winner. Thousands of people might share your name, but only one can win. Name of Thrones.
Is that not a legit good TV show idea?
That's not
I love
bad.
it.
Yeah. All right. Let's. If you give, I'll give you. Producer writer credits and stuff. Let's sell this together. Okay, crew.
Cool.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Okay, we're
Ron.
gonna. Okay.
I'm in.
And now that I played it on the radio, you can't steal it from me.
Damn.
That's true, but you also said that we have producer writing credits, and that's
Yeah.
legally binding on SiriusXM.
Yes. Okay. That's right. And you're also assuming you live to make it to the car.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nick ain't going to take me out.
I'm very weak. Just for the viewers.
I was going to take you out with Nick. I was going to beat you to death with Nick.
Bilal could beat me up. I don't stand a chance. 43-year-old aging, everything sliding down. Just slides down with age, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Simon?
I knew he was coming to me. There was no chance he wasn't coming to me. I turned my head, hoping not to make eye contact, but I knew he was coming to me.
Sheepishly, you're just like, what a great show. We're going to end it with an interview with the Trews. And Nick, you are a very funny man, and people should go and check you out. All your shows are just at Nick Nemeroff. You can check out at The Joke Party or at Nick and Darren, which is the podcast you do as well.
Thanks, man.
Good luck to you with your rising career, and anytime you want to drop back on the show. Dude, I never want to set up comedians to do bits, but like one day I would love, like, especially a one-line, like I'd love if you'd come in here and like give us like 3 minutes of like some of your one-liners. Like I think that would fit well for radio. Other stand-up I don't think would, but I think that one would. Yeah, anyway, if you'd ever be into that, you're more than welcome to do that and also be a writer of the program.
Thanks, man.
I would love it if you just came in and gave me your Visa card and expiry date, and that would be
the
fun.
3-digit number you need.
3-digit
on the back. Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I'd love to.
Actually, he's 26 Canadian comedian. I'm going. He's probably calling credit PhD.ca. Nick, thank you so much for your time, my man.
Thanks, Dad.
The Todd Shapiro Show. Turn up your speakers, especially if you're over 65. SiriusXM 168, Canada Laughs.